Morning, Happy New Year. I haven't done a video for absolutely ages, but I get the best ideas when I'm half asleep in the morning and I'm doing breakfast and it's all in my head and I've got to get it out, and by the time I get into my room and I decide to do this, I'm sort of a blithering wreck of words in my head basically. So hi, Happy New Year. Hope everybody's okay. Wow, 2023. Yeah, so let's start the year on a really good vibration, on a good note, full of love. So what was the purpose of this video? Try and concentrate. Here's an example of knowledge is power. This morning I got up and I got out my Bible. Now, I bought a Bible. Oh, and it's a study Bible, so it's got lines next to it so I can write notes and things like that. And I never ever would thought that I would be saying these words. I bought the Bible and I'm studying it. So that's a video for another time. But yeah, God, it's fascinating because I've always been interested, obviously, and everything I've been fed about it as I was growing up didn't make any sense. And now I'm at a point of my life where I'm picking it apart, and basically knowledge is power. Focus, Eve. Right, okay. So the Aramaic, the original Bible of Aramaic and the Hebrew language was translated into the modern Bible, which we know now, and changed a lot of times over the years. And it was translated into Greek and possibly Latin and then English and etc. So a lot of things got lost in translation, left out, changed, whatever. And we've ended up with a Bible and lots of different versions of it and updated versions. So confusing. I started looking into it because the idea of language, a lot of people don't even know their own language, the origins, when things changed, why things changed. You've got, like, for example, I'm English, so Old English, New English, you know, and then you've got your different dialects, your different, wherever you are in the world, you've still got your old-fashioned language, some people know, but it's getting lost and changed over the years. Now, this is on purpose. So I've always loved languages, and I spoke a few languages, and then I had 4 children and my brain went a little bit mushy, and now I'm really getting back into it because I really feel the need for myself now to do this. If you look into the origins of the words and the languages, for example, the Bible, that's why I'm bringing this up. Recently I've bought some amazing books. Prayers of the Cosmos. This is a recommended book by Greg Braden, which I watched a video on it a while ago, well, about a year ago. It's been on my wish list for that long, and I finally bought it for Christmas. And it's the original reflections on the original meaning of the words of Jesus. Right, so Aramaic, he spoke Yeshua, he spoke Aramaic. And I'm reading this at the moment, so it's amazing. And it's pinged me into my study mode again. And it's such a lovely read. Echoes of an Ancient Dream, Aramaic Toning on the Path of Light by Dale Allen Hoffman. And it's a beautiful book. I really recommend it. So yeah, it's got me into this fascinating part of my brain's just pinged open again. So my ramblings, let's try and make some sense out of them. If we study language and different languages and how they relate to other languages, again, like I said, how and when things changed, what the original meanings of the words are, because they call it spelling for a reason, casting a spell. Words are extremely powerful, and the reason they change them is to confuse people. Okay, the Bible is such an important time of our lives, humanity's lives, and the religious, they've turned it into religion, so it's really important how they control people around the world. Don't get me wrong, a lot of it is beautiful, and if you take it back to the root and the original meaning, it's absolutely beautiful. And the Aramaic language, it sings, it's a whole feeling and emotions, and Dale's opened up a lot of this for me to make it easy for the layperson, for a beginner, the simple person, to be looking into it. And Yeah, it is absolutely fascinating. So the original words meant something completely different to a lot of the words that we read nowadays, and and also legalese. So legal speak is like Latin. It comes from Latin. When you go to court, you know, by the judge, or the legal language is confusing to most people because they don't speak it. They haven't been taught Latin. I started doing Latin at school, in secondary school, for about a month, or I think, well, I don't know if I did it for 1 week. I can't remember. But they scrapped it after that, and I was fascinated, and that's where our language comes from. A lot of the ABCs, you know, the Romans, the Latin. When I get some money, I'll buy a big dictionary of that because that fascinated me. And a Hebrew one. My book list is huge, and every time I get some money, I buy really meaningful, amazing books, and I could just live in a library. But that's just me. And a lot of other people I know. So yeah, where was I going with that? Latin and things. You see, before that, God, words are so amazing. So knowledge is power, and this is an example of where it is, because when you're talking, they're talking legalese, Latin, whatever. You need to know the meanings of it, because then they can't control you so much or at all. You know, a lot of the population on the planet rely on the majority of people not knowing what something actually means, and when they cast spells with their spelling and their words and things, they're controlling the masses, I suppose. To all the algorithms on YouTube are going to love this video, aren't they? I'm saying all the wrong words. So yeah, so that they rely on most people not knowing, and when we educate ourselves, knowledge, with a few important things, then you can throw that back at somebody and you can leave them stumped. You know, they won't. You've got a bit more knowledge than what they have, so that they're like, oh, okay, and they can't control you anymore. Do you understand what I mean? I know what I'm saying. So I'm in this massive, amazing, interesting. We're all in this time at the moment, and for the last few years, it's been transformative. There's been a point of no return. Educate yourself, because this is the only way out of it. Have a lovely day. Lots of love. Bye.